through. This checkpoint is within the kingdom of Gothenburg. No need to pay.
The city of Gothenburg lends its name to an entire kingdom. That's how important it is.
Mercenaries, members of the Brotherhood, thank you for heeding our call in such numbers. We will need all the help we can get for this mission. The Broker Council has asked us to track down who murdered one of their own, Willard Hovendorp.
The broker is dead? Good riddance. Shut up! We can't hear anything!
All those who wish to be involved in this investigation are welcome. The reward will be commensurate with that of a mission offered by the Council itself. Franny will register all companies who wish to take part.
It would be advisable for you to train more before taking on this investigation. Competition between the companies will be fierce.
A word of warning. This mission is not for the faint-hearted. The body of broker Willard Hovendorp was not the only one found in the alley. There were also around a dozen of our brothers, who had been tasked with her protection. The assailants left without a trace, but we do know that they were well organized, and outnumbered our men. They were probably bandits, rebels, or mercenaries perhaps. So, are you still interested? Very well. Your company is now registered. The residents of Gothenburg will answer any queries, so remember to question them. Some may be reluctant to confide in you, but persevere, and you will find a way to convince them. Good. If you don't know where to start, speak to the informant.
Mercenaries, the broker is
Good riddance. Shut
all
up!
those Franny will register all.
As soon as the broker's effigy is ready, I'll light the pyre and the celebrations can begin. This is only the beginning of the uprising, but we must mark the...
Broker Hovendorp got what she deserved. For years now we've complained about the bandits lurking in the alleys at night, yet she always refused to increase the guard.
I won't mourn the death of a broker, especially not Willa. That daughter. Look at the squalor around you. Do you think that the brokers could share a fraction of their wealth? Never. They keep it all for themselves.
Broker Hovendorp got what she deserved. Willard Hovendorp was killed in the well-to-do part of town, where wealthy merchants and brokers...
Want to do business? The death of Willow the Witch will bring you good luck, for tell you the truth. I'm not from round here.
Might I interest you in my humble... If you don't mind, I'd rather you took a bath first.
Hey, you! Stop pestering my friends. You'll drive our patrons away with your macabre questions.
Well, well. Mercenaries. I wanted to be a mercenary too, but working here pays much better.
Hey, you! You'll drive our... This is a place for merrymaking and honest work. We have no time for murder.
The other trackers think that I'm out following the ghost pack. I mustn't ruin my war paint or they'll suspect something. Sorry, I don't work here.
Are you looking for someone in particular? Or are you open to offers?
Hey, you! You'll drive our...
Are you missing something? Go on, I won't judge.
Hey, you! You'll drive our patrons away.
If you don't mind, I'd rather you took a bath first.
Aren't you the... It is you! I recognise you! Don't go anywhere. I've got something for you. So it was worth helping me, eh? Have a nice glass of wine to celebrate. If you want to order a drink, ask my cousin.
You're investigating Broker Hovendorp's death, aren't you? I may know people who can help you, but I'm afraid I don't know how to contact the People's Fest. Hopefully it'll put you on the right track.
You're the ones who got my cousin across the border. Right, Gerald. When he told me how much he promised you, well, I hope you're here to spend it. You're the ones who got my cousin on.
The faithful can make all sorts of charitable donations, but I must confess that wood or stone would be particularly appreciated.
Gothenburg is the first city outside of Edoran to have a cathedral. Is that not true? I was saddened to hear of Broker Hovendorp's passing in.
Broker, as members of the Church of the Light and Heralds of the Law, unfortunately, the caravan transporting the emblem from Edoran is late.
My mother was murdered, and my brother didn't even turn up. I don't know where that loafer is, but I hope for his sake that he wasn't involved. Find Lydrick, and I will give you a fitting reward, mercenaries. I don't know where he's disappeared to, or when he went missing, but I've told the help not to touch his room. It's upstairs. Feel free to take a look. Maybe he left some clues.
I am responsible for Lady Malvina's security. The brothers in arms who protected Broker Willa were veterans. so their assailants must have been quite formidable.
I've been Lady Malvina's personal bodyguard for 3 years now. Between you and me, I believe that Lyderick Old Hovendorp is capable of killing his own mother. They hated each other so much that Broker Hovendorp regularly threatened to disinherit him.
I don't know where he's disappeared.
Clues. Yes, I must find clues. Leave me. I need to focus.
I've been Lady... Between you and me...
Lyderick Old Hovendorp must be questioned. If only Lady Malvina could remember where she saw her... Lyderick Old Hovendorp...
Fine people of Gothenburg, citizens, merchants and artisans, the moment you've all been waiting for.
You wish to congratulate us on our performance? Lyderick, you're looking for him? I'll do anything to help you find my beloved. Ask me whatever you want. The last time I saw him was the night his mother was murdered. He forgot to take his hat. Perhaps some animal could follow his scent.
I hope you enjoyed the performance.
Willa Old Hovendorp's death comes as no surprise.
A little coin for the artists. Art lovers, are you? You're not alone. People from the merchant city love our shows. We haven't seen the broker's son since his mother's death. It's a shame. He was a generous tipper. Give him my regards if you see him at Hovendorp Manor.
Fine people of Gothenburg, the one, the only, the incomparable...
Ah, I'm glad to see you. We've not managed to contact the Brotherhood. The Alazarian embassy is surrounded by the mob, and there are fears of a riot breaking out. The people are accusing the ambassador of murdering the broker. They might have a point, nobody would argue with that. But we cannot have plebs gutting him in the street. Very well. Talk to the guards who are containing the crowd. They desperately await your arrival.
The people hated Broker Willa Old Hovendorp, but they still want to see the murderer hang. Maybe they are angry they didn't get to kill her themselves.
I've dreamt of becoming a mercenary since I was a child. I've dreamt of becoming a mercenary...
This is...
We have almost everything we need, but if you want it, we're celebrating the death of Willa the Witch. Want to join in? We've made an effigy. We're going to set it on fire. We have almost everything we need, but if you want to help, we'd appreciate it. Ah, great! We have almost everything we need, but if you want to help, we'd appreciate it. Thanks, mercenaries. Perfect. Stick around. The effigy will be ready in no time. I'll give it a head that's just as ugly as the real thing was. I placed the effigy on the pyre. Take a good look. It's about to go up in smoke. I don't know if the People's Fellowship killed Willa, but I'd sure be glad if they did. Poor lads. They looked so crestfallen when she got away last time. I placed the
You gave us the materials needed for this effigy. You've earned the honour of setting it on fire. Oh, the People's Fellowship lads and lasses would be so proud of you.
Halt! Guards! Surround these peasants and do not let anyone through. This pyre is an act of rebellion against the Broker Council and an insult to the late Broker Alb Hoevendorp. Everyone involved must be arrested and put in chains, starting with you, mercenaries. Everyone involved must be arrested and put in chains, starting with you, mercenaries. But we must stay alert, as a seditious group named the People's Fellowship roams this neighbourhood, stirring up the baser instincts of the common folk. Take my advice. Don't hang around these parts. Here, even the priests from the Church of the Saving Eye are suspicious.
Citizen Pietra, the choice is simple. Either hand over the timber the Church of Gosenberg bought, or be charged with roguery.
I shall do neither, priestess. The amount your church paid wasn't even half of what I asked for.
Your prices are outrageous. The Church paid you a fair sum based on the going rate in Tiltrim.
In Tiltrim? That county full of yokels? The cost of living in Gosenberg is much higher. If you factor in the cost of labour...
You use slaves. Don't try and tell me you're stifled by production costs.
They won't get a single splinter until I'm paid. If you can get them to cough up my asking price, I'll pay you the same wages as my bodyguards.
This timber will be used to build the Gosenberg Cathedral. Taking part in this sacred work is a reward in its own right. Either Citizen Pietra gives us that timber, or we will drag him before the Broker's court. Make him see reason, and everyone will be happy. You, most of all. I'll admit that feeding and housing slaves isn't cheap. That much is true. And their timber is far superior to that found in Tiltrin. All right, the Church will make an effort. You can apprise him of our decision.
The priestess saw reason. Glad to hear it. All those crowns spent on mercenaries finally paid off.
We'll wait for our slaves to collect the timber, then we'll leave.
Beautiful Grimmer ponies, stalwart beasts of the finest caliber.
I did warn him. He may be my child, but I can't deny he's as dumb as a pony. Had he listened, I could have made a decent fighter out of him. Instead, I've got a weepy son and no one to pass on my knowledge to. It's not how I imagined my retirement back when I was champion of Hoevendorp's arena. Would you lot be interested? Prove to me you deserve my knowledge. Win the arena clash and I will make you the heirs to my legacy.
When I retire, I plan to move out of the city to my own quiet little haven and spend the rest of my days fishing. But by Jeru, the only thing I know about fish is how to cook it. I'll need someone experienced to show me how to catch them, no more than 2 or 3 times. I'm sure that with a good angler, I could pick it up in no time.
My husband and I used to work for broker Armament and his family. When he lost his titles and wealth, we decided to retire. After a life of service, we were able to afford this pretty little fishery. After a life of service, we were able to afford this pretty little fishery.
낚시하는 거 한번 보여주자 우리가.
By St. Elior, is that how you do it? Good thing you showed me. I wasn't about to eat fish. Speaking of which, I'll give you my recipe as a reward. Broker Armament used to love it, so I hope you will too. Do you think there are any pikes here?
초코가 냄새를 맡아줄 거예요. 아 잠깐. 야 치안대가 있는데 왜 이렇게 많아 얘들은. 자고 가야 돼? 어? 뭐야? 아 그래서 초창기에 이거 물어봤을 때 이제 가면 쓴 여자가 계속 막았거든 질문을.
Are you missing something? Go on, I won't judge. Listen, I can put up with a lot, but be...
Are you looking for someone in particular? Murder? How would I...
Are you quite finished harassing my friends with your sordid questions and crass accusations? We know
예민하게
nothing about this
반응하잖아
murder.
약간 말하는 게.
We're honest workers. We will not be insulted like this by our patrons. I pay the Brotherhood good money for protection. Get this rabble out of here.
This way, mercenaries. Can't you see no one wants to answer your wretched questions?
레벨이 너무 높은데?
What have you done to my security personnel, you monsters? What do you want from us? We don't know anything about a murder.
대답해야지 이제.
Lyderick, you've done this for him? You shouldn't have gone to all that trouble. The fool isn't worth it. He was here when his broker of a mother died. Then some bandits came and took him away. I'm not sure what they were talking about, but they mentioned crowns. A lot of crowns. Go and find those bandits. Some of my friends know where they hide out. Go and find those bandits.
Well, well. Mercenaries. I wanted to be a mercenary too. But I've seen bandits prowling around the university to rob defenseless scholars. They're particularly devious, so don't underestimate them.
If
If you don't mind, I don't recall working with those particular bandits.
Are you looking for someone in particular? There's a well-known hideout near Berners Arena.
아, 이게 다 나눠져
These
있구나.
bandits are very aggressive.
뭐야?
Who goes there? What are you doing here? Who goes there?
do you want from us? We're not even wanted by the guard. The Hovendorp son? Why are you looking for him? Does he owe you money too? We don't have him. We don't know where he is. That night, we saw him enter the brothel. We waited all night for him to come out. But when we went in the next morning, he wasn't there. I don't know how he did it, but he disappeared. What do you want from us?
Did Lloyd...
Maybe now you...
Let me be! Oh, forget Lyderic's debt! I don't know where he is! We've been looking for him for weeks to get our crowns back! He's slipped through our fingers every time! And we're not the only ones after him! His gambling debts are so high that all the punters are on his tail!
Well, well, mercenaries. I hear you're having a grand old time. I'm not paying you to visit brothels. I demand to know where my brother is. Son of a crock swine! First that juggler, then the brothel, and now debts! By Saint Elior, please tell me this isn't true. Fine. In this case, take your reward. No point spending another crown if all it does is sully my family's good name. I hope for his sake the bandits get him before I do. To think I suspected him of being involved in my mother's murder. With so much debt, he couldn't even get slaves to work for him.
Hand over!
Why, Giroux, you took your time, mercenaries. Let's push back the mob, then you will escort the ambassador. All right then. Take the ambassador and escort him safely to the guard post. The peace between Alazar and Gosenberg depends on his survival. Make haste before more rioters arrive.
Is the ambassador safe? Perfect. You've done well, mercenaries. Here is your reward for having stopped the mob from lynching the ambassador. We will question the ambassador about Willa's murder. If he is innocent, we will help him to return to Alazar until things settle down here. I won't lie. In the past, Alazar turned to the rooks to take out
똑같네.
troublesome
아까도
brokers. It could be the case here too.
까마귀단에 이게 약간 좀 했다고 들었거든.
The interrogation may last a while, but I much prefer facing the guard than the fate that the crowd had in store for me. Thank you for bringing me to safety. I will be sure to mention this to the King of Alazar. I had nothing to do with Broca Willa Oldhovendorp's death. In fact, I had a business meeting planned with her that evening at the embassy.